Amanda lived alone in her small house at the edge of town. She never expected visitors, especially not on rainy nights like this one. The storm had started an hour ago, bringing heavy rain and strong winds that rattled the windows of her cozy home. Amanda was curled up on her sofa with a thick blanket, a cup of hot chocolate, and a mystery novel she had been meaning to read for months. The sound of knocking at her front door startled her. The clock on her wall showed it was almost midnight. Who would visit at this hour? And in this weather, Amanda placed her book down and walked to the door cautiously. She looked through the peephole but could only see a shadowy figure. "Who is it?" Amanda called out. A gentle voice with an unusual musical quality answered, "I am a traveler." Seeking shelter from the storm, Amanda hesitated. Helping strangers was the right thing to do, but opening her door late at night made her nervous. She decided to be cautious. "Why are you out in this weather so late?" she asked. Through the door, "I did not anticipate the atmospheric disturbance." The voice replied, "I was studying the area when the precipitation began. My transportation is unavailable, and I require temporary accommodation." The formal way of speaking was odd, but the voice sounded feminine and not threatening. Amanda made her decision and slowly opened the door. Standing on her porch was a tall woman with pale blue skin. Her hair was a silvery white that seemed to glow slightly in the darkness despite the heavy rain. She wore a simple outfit that resembled a jumpsuit but made of a material Amanda had never seen before. But most striking were her eyes, large and almond-shaped with pupils that were a deep purple color. "May I enter your dwelling?" the woman asked. Amanda was too shocked to speak. She simply stepped aside. The strange woman glided into the house, leaving no wet footprints, despite having stood in the pouring rain. Her movements were graceful, almost floating. "Thank you for your hospitality." The stranger bowed slightly. "My name is Lyra." Amanda finally found her voice. Amanda, she managed to say. "Are you wearing some kind of costume?" Lyra tilted her head. "No, this is my natural appearance. I am not from your world. I am what you would call an extraterrestrial visitor." Amanda laughed nervously. "Right, an alien." "Sure, and I am the Queen of England." Lyra looked confused. "I was informed humans use humor when uncomfortable. This is why I appear in humanoid form, to minimize distress." Amanda noticed that Lyra never blinked. Her skin had a subtle shimmer to it, almost like it contained tiny stars. The way she moved was too fluid, too perfect. "You're serious, aren't you?" Amanda whispered. "Yes, I am from a planet you would call Lumina, though that is the closest approximation in your language." Lyra explained, "I am a researcher studying human customs and social behaviors." Amanda sank into her armchair, feeling lightheaded. "Would you like some tea?" she offered, automatically falling back on politeness to cope with the bizarre situation. Lyra smiled, revealing teeth that were slightly pointed. That would be acceptable. "Thank you." As Amanda prepared the tea, she tried to process what was happening. An alien was sitting in her living room. It seemed impossible, yet the evidence was right in front of her. When she returned with 2 cups of tea, Lyra was examining her bookshelf with great interest. "Your written language is fascinating," Lyra commented. "So linear, yet effective." Amanda sat across from her visitor. "So why are you here on Earth?" "I mean, my people have been observing Earth for centuries," Lyra explained. "We find humans fascinating. Your emotions are so vibrant, your society's so diverse. I was assigned to learn about your daily customs, family structures, and bonding rituals. And you just walk up to random houses in the middle of the night?" Amanda asked. "No, normally I observe from a distance," Lyra replied, "but my ship experienced a malfunction during the storm. The energy fluctuations affected our systems. I need shelter until my people can retrieve me." "How long will that take?" Amanda asked, still not entirely convinced this wasn't an elaborate prank. "According to your time measurement, approximately 5 to 7 Earth days." Lyra said, "I hope my presence does not disturb your routine. I can make myself useful." Amanda rubbed her temples, feeling a headache coming on. "This is a lot to process." "I understand," Lyra said softly. "My appearance in your life was unexpected. If you wish, I can attempt to find alternative Shelter. Despite her confusion, Amanda felt sorry for Lyra. No. It's fine. You can stay. She decided. I'm just trying to wrap my head around this. Lyra smiled. Thank you. Your kindness is noted. In my culture, offering shelter to a traveler is considered a sacred act. Amanda showed Lyra to the spare bedroom, which she normally used as a home office. There was a small bed that folded out from the wall for when her mother visited. Will this be comfortable? Amanda asked. Very adequate. Lyra assured her. My species requires minimal rest. Amanda provided Lyra with some pajamas which looked strange against her blue skin. I guess well. Talk more in the morning, Amanda said. Everything feels a bit surreal right now. Rest well, Amanda. Lyra said with a small bow. I am grateful for your hospitality. That night, Amanda barely slept. She kept thinking she had dreamed the whole thing or that she was the subject of some weird prank show. But every time she crept to the guest room door and peeked inside, Lyra was there, sometimes sitting perfectly still in meditation, sometimes examining Amanda's books and belongings with careful interest. When morning came, Amanda woke to unusual scents coming from her kitchen. She found Lyra busily preparing what looked like breakfast, though the food was arranged in perfect geometric patterns on the plates. Good morning, Amanda, Lyra greeted. I have prepared a traditional morning offering from my world. This is customary when someone offers shelter. Amanda looked at the food. It was normal eggs, toast, bacon, but arranged in intricate patterns. The eggs were shaped into perfect circles, the bacon curved into precise arcs, and the toast cut into triangles that formed a larger pattern. This looks amazing, Amanda said, trying a bite. The flavors exploded in her mouth somehow. Lyra had made ordinary breakfast food taste extraordinary. How did you make this taste so good? I added trace minerals and enhanced the flavors, Lyra explained. On my world, this sharing of food creates a bond. Between individuals, we call it the first union. Amanda nodded, not thinking much about this terminology. She was still trying to accept that she was having breakfast with an alien. She had so many questions, but needed to go to work. I have to go to my job today. Amanda explained, I work at the library in town. Will you be okay here by yourself? Lyra assured her she would be fine. I will continue my observations of your dwelling and learn about your life. This data is valuable to my research. Amanda was hesitant to leave an alien alone in her house, but Lyra seemed harmless enough. Just please don't go outside. People might not understand. I don't think the world is ready to know about aliens. I understand. Lyra agreed. I am trained to avoid detection. My mission parameters include maintaining secrecy. Amanda left for work, feeling like she was living in a dream. All day at the library, she kept wondering if she had imagined the whole thing. Maybe she had read too many science fiction novels. Maybe the strange blue woman would be gone when she got home. But when Amanda returned that evening, her house had been transformed. The air felt fresher somehow, and there were strange plants placed throughout the living room, plants that seemed to glow, with a soft blue light similar to Lyra's skin tone. The entire house was spotlessly clean. I have enhanced your dwelling with air purifiers from my world, Lyra explained as Amanda stood in shock. This is the second union, the sharing of space. Amanda was beginning to worry about these unions. What exactly do you mean by unions? She asked. Lyra sat beside Amanda on the sofa and took her hand. Our customs are different, she explained. In my culture, when a traveler is welcomed and completes the 3 unions, it forms a permanent bond. What kind of permanent bond? Amanda asked, feeling suddenly anxious. Marriage is your word for it, Lyra said. Her purple eyes glowed softly. You invited me in, offered shelter, shared food, and now share your dwelling. According to my customs, we are nearly bonded. The 3rd union, the exchange of knowledge, will complete it. Amanda stood up, shocked. Wait, what? That is not how marriage works on Earth. We need to love each other first. We need time to get to know each other. Lyra looked confused. Time. What is time to species who live for centuries? My people mate for life, but we do not require emotional attachment first. It develops naturally after bonding. Amanda paced around the room, her mind racing. This is crazy. I can't marry someone I just met. especially not someone from another planet. Lyra looked hurt. I have offended you. She stood up, preparing to leave. I will find shelter elsewhere, despite the risk. Amanda felt guilty seeing the alien's distress. No, wait, she said. Maybe we just need to talk about this. There are cultural differences we need to understand. As Lyra moved toward the door, a brilliant light flashed outside, followed by a deep rumbling sound that shook the small house. Amanda rushed to the window and saw a strange glow hovering above her backyard. The light pulsed with colors she had never seen before, colors that seemed impossible. My retrieval ship has arrived earlier than expected, Lyra said. Her voice held a note of surprise. I did not anticipate they would locate me so quickly. Amanda felt a strange mix of relief and disappointment. She had been shocked by the talk of marriage, but also fascinated by her alien visitor. The thought of Lyra leaving so suddenly left her with an empty feeling. Lyra turned to Amanda. I apologize for the misunderstanding, she said. Our customs are very different. I should have explained the 3 unions more clearly before beginning them. Something in Amanda's heart shifted. Wait, she said. Maybe we can compromise. Lyra looked at her with curious purple eyes. Amanda continued. In my culture, we get to know each other first before making any kind of commitment. How about you stay and we talk? No unions, no bonding, just conversation so we can understand each other better. Lyra tilted her head, considering this proposal. Is this a human courtship ritual? She asked. Something like that. Amanda smiled. It helps us determine compatibility. Lyra seemed to communicate silently with the light outside. The colors shifted and pulsed in patterns Amanda could almost understand, but not quite. Finally, the light dimmed slightly and Lyra turned back to Amanda. My people have agreed to delay retrieval, she said. They find your courtship customs worthy of study. I may remain for additional research. Amanda felt relieved. She wasn't ready to say goodbye to this strange visitor just yet. Great, she said. Then we can start fresh. No more talk of unions or marriage. Just 2 people getting to know each other. 2 beings. Lyra corrected with a small smile. But yes, I agree to these terms. Over the next days, Amanda and Lyra established a routine. In the mornings before Amanda left for work, they would share breakfast and Amanda would explain human concepts that Lyra found confusing. Dating relationships, love. The alien absorbed everything with intense curiosity. In the evenings, Amanda would come home to find Lyra had prepared dinner, often incorporating strange but delicious flavors from her world. They would talk for hours, Amanda telling stories of her childhood, her hopes, her dreams, while Lyra described her planet with its 3 moons and crystal cities. Their world is beautiful. Amanda learned the inhabitants communicate not just with words but with colors that shimmer across their skin, conveying emotions and complex ideas. They live for centuries, aging very slowly. They choose partners based on genetic compatibility, not emotional connection. It sounds very different from Earth, Amanda commented one evening as they sat in her living room. Do you ever feel emotions like we do? Lyra considered. This we feel, but differently. Our emotions are more subtle, less overwhelming. We value harmony and balance above passion. We do not experience what you call falling in love. That sounds sad, Amanda said. Love can be wonderful, even with the risk of heartbreak. Lyra looked at her intently. Is that why you live alone? Because of heartbreak. Amanda was surprised by the personal question. Yes, she admitted. My last relationship ended badly. He wasn't who I thought he was. It made me cautious about letting people in. You let me in, Lyra observed. A being not even from your world. Amanda laughed at the irony. Maybe that's why I trusted you. You're so different. There's no chance of the same problems. As days passed, Amanda found herself looking forward to coming home to Lyra. The alien woman was a fascinating companion. She never complained, never seemed bored or tired. She had endless questions about human life and offered unique perspectives on everything. And the 5th day after dinner, Amanda asked Lyra about relationships. On her world, if you don't fall in love, how do you choose who to bond with? We have compatibility assessments, Lyra explained. Genetic, mental, spiritual. We seek balance, not passion. Partnerships that will be stable over centuries. And what about physical? Attraction. Amanda asked, blushing slightly. Does that matter to your people? Lyra considered this physical compatibility as one factor she acknowledged, but not primary. The mind connection matters more. Intimacy for us is different. It involves a merging of consciousness as well as bodies. Amanda found herself wondering what that would be like. To share thoughts and feelings directly, not just through words. As they talked late into the night, Amanda realized she was enjoying Lyra's company more than she expected. There was something special about the alien woman. Her curiosity, her gentle nature, her different perspective on everything. That night, as they watched the stars from Amanda's backyard, Lyra pointed to a faint blue star barely visible among the others. That is the sun of my home system. She said, my ship will return tomorrow. Amanda felt an unexpected sadness. Do you have to go? Lyra looked at her with those strange purple eyes. It is my duty, but I find myself reluctant to leave you. Amanda took Lyra's hand, feeling the cool, smooth skin against hers. What if you stayed a little longer? Lyra tilted her head. On what grounds would I request an extension of my mission? Amanda smiled. How about for research on the human concept of dating? Spend time together to see if we're compatible. Like a formal study, Lyra considered this. Dating is your preparation for bonding. Something like that, Amanda said. Though we call it marriage, not bonding. The next day, when the retrieval ship appeared again, hovering silently above Amanda's house, Lyra spoke to her people in a melodic language full of clicks and hums. The ship responded with flashing lights in patterns too complex for Amanda to follow. They have granted me an extended research period. Lyra announced 1 Earth year to study human relationships, specifically dating and pair bonding. Amanda grinned. That should be enough time to decide if we're compatible for marriage. Lyra smiled, her pointed teeth gleaming in the sunlight. According to my calculations, we already have a 78% compatibility rating. Much higher than most couples on my world. Amanda laughed. Maybe those 3 unions weren't such a bad start after all. As the ship disappeared into the clouds, Amanda realized her life had changed forever. She had accidentally invited an alien woman into her house. Now she might actually marry her. And strangely, she was perfectly happy about it. The following weeks brought new challenges as Amanda and Lyra navigated their unusual relationship. Amanda had to keep Lyra's true nature a secret from everyone she knew, which meant coming up with a cover story. I tell my friends you're a researcher from Northern Europe, Amanda explained one day as they prepared for her mother to visit for dinner. It's the best way to explain some of your unusual mannerisms. Lyra had been practicing acting more human. She had learned to blink regularly, to move less perfectly, and to use contractions in her speech. She could now almost pass for human if she wore enough makeup to hide her blue skin and colored contacts to disguise her purple eyes. I am improving my human behaviors, Lyra said proudly, though I still find your language patterns confusing. Why do you say it's raining cats and dogs when no animals fall from the sky? Amanda laughed and explained the concept of idioms, another human oddity that baffled Lyra. When Amanda's mother Diane arrived for dinner, she eyed Lyra suspiciously. So you're a researcher, she asked. What exactly? Do you study human social customs? Lyra answered carefully, just as they had rehearsed. I find American culture fascinating. And how did you two meet? Diane pressed at the library. Amanda jumped in quickly. She was researching local customs and I helped her find resources. Diane seemed satisfied with this explanation, though she pulled Amanda aside later and whispered, She's a bit odd, isn't she? Very formal, but she looks at you like you're the sun and moon. Dear, I've never seen someone so devoted. Amanda blushed. Her mother had noticed something she was only beginning to understand herself. Lyra was developing feelings, emotions that by her own admission, her species rarely experienced. After Diane left, Lyra helped clean up the dinner dishes, I believe. The meeting was successful. She said, Your mother suspects nothing of my true nature. Amanda smiled. You were perfect. she assured her, though her mind was elsewhere. Did you understand what my mother meant about how you look at me? Lyra paused, considering. Her words, I find myself experiencing unusual sensations when I am with you, she admitted. My species does not typically form emotional attachments before bonding, but I am developing what you might call feelings. Is this part of the dating process? Amanda felt her heart race. Yes, she said softly. That's exactly what dating is about, discovering feelings for each other. Lyra placed the last dish in the cabinet and turned to Amanda. I believe I am experiencing the human emotion you call affection, she said, and perhaps what you call desire. Her purple eyes seemed to glow more intensely. Amanda stepped closer, drawn by something she couldn't name. I think I feel the same way. When Lyra reached out to touch Amanda's face, her fingers left a trail of warmth. On my world, this would be the beginning of a deeper connection, she whispered. Amanda leaned into the touch. What happens next? Lyra smiled. A true third union. The sharing of minds and hearts. If you are willing. Amanda nodded, unable to speak. Lyra leaned forward and pressed her forehead against Amanda's. A gentle warmth spread between them, and suddenly Amanda could feel Lyra's emotions, curiosity, wonder, and something deeper growing stronger each day. The connection lasted only seconds, but when they separated, Amanda knew something had changed. Wow, she breathed. Is that how your people connect? As autumn arrived, the trees around Amanda's house turned vibrant shades of red and gold. Lyra was fascinated by this seasonal change. It does not occur on my world, she explained, as they walked through piles of fallen leaves. Our environment remains constant throughout our year cycle. Amanda enjoyed seeing her world through Lyra's eyes. The alien found wonder in things Amanda had always taken for granted. The changing seasons, thunderstorms, snowflakes. Each new experience was documented carefully in a small device Lyra carried that translated her observations into her native language. 2 months had passed since Lyra had first appeared on Amanda's doorstep. In that time, they had grown closer than Amanda would have thought possible. They had established a comfortable routine. Amanda worked at the library during the day, while Lyra studied human culture through books, television, and internet research, always careful to keep her true nature hidden. In the evenings, they would share their discoveries, Amanda teaching Lyra about human emotions and relationships, Lyra explaining the complex social structures of her world. They would often sit for hours, talking, sometimes holding hands, sometimes sharing the brief mental connection that left Amanda wanting more. Amanda had introduced Lyra to her small circle of friends as a foreign researcher. As Lyra became more skilled at appearing human, these social outings became easier. The alien learned to laugh at jokes, even when she didn't understand them, to make small talk and to blend in one evening after having dinner with friends. Amanda found Lyra looking troubled as they returned home. What's wrong? She asked. Lyra hesitated. I find it difficult to maintain deception, she admitted. I do not like pretending to be something I am not. Yet I understand the necessity. Amanda felt a pang of guilt. She knew how much Lyra valued honesty. It must be hard for you to hide your true self. It is necessary. Lyra acknowledged. Your society is not ready to accept beings from other worlds. The deception protects us both. Amanda took Lyra's hand, feeling the slight coolness of her skin. I wish it could be different. Perhaps someday, Lyra said thoughtfully. I have been sending reports to my people about humans. Our scientists believe that within a century, your species may be ready for open contact. A century seemed like forever to Amanda. But to Lyra, whose people lived for hundreds of years, it was a relatively short time. That night, as they sat on the porch swing watching the stars, Amanda asked the question that had been on her mind. What will happen when your research year is over? Will you have to leave? Lyra was quiet for a long moment, the stars reflected in her purple eyes. That depends on many factors, she finally said. If my research is deemed valuable, it may be extended, and if it's not. Amanda pressed. Lyra turned to look at her directly. Then I would be recalled to my world, unless what? Unless I choose to stay, Lyra said softly. To renounce my position as researcher and become a permanent resident of Earth. It is permitted but rare. Such a choice would mean never returning to my home world. Amanda felt her heart skip a beat. Would you consider that I have been considering? It, Lyra admitted. But such a decision cannot be made lightly. I would be choosing you over everything I have known. Amanda was overwhelmed by the magnitude of such a choice. I would never ask you to give up your world. It would be my choice, Lyra assured her, but we have time yet to decide. My year is not half complete. As winter approached, Amanda realized how much her life had changed. Having Lyra in her home had made her happier than she had been in years. There was something wonderful about sharing her life with someone who saw the world so differently. For Lyra's first snow, they stood together in the backyard as white flakes drifted down from the sky. Lyra held out her blue hands, catching snowflakes, watching in wonder as they melted against her warm skin. It is water transformed, she marveled, like a metamorphosis. She insisted on building a snowman, wearing gloves to hide her blue skin from neighbors who might see. Amanda showed her how to roll the snow into large balls and stack them. They used charcoal for eyes, a carrot for a nose, and sticks for arms. In my world, we have crystal formations that grow in similar shapes, Lyra said, admiring their creation. But they are permanent, not temporary like your snow creation. The beauty is in the temporary nature of it, Amanda explained. It won't last, so we enjoy it while we can. Lyra considered this. This is a concept my people struggle with. We seek permanence in all things. Yet I see the value in embracing the temporary. The appreciation is heightened by its fleeting nature. That night they sat by the fireplace warming themselves after their day in the snow. Amanda had made hot chocolate with marshmallows, another new experience for Lyra. The alien sipped the sweet drink carefully. This contains chemicals that stimulate pleasure in humans, she observed. I can see why you enjoy it. Amanda laughed. Sometimes I think you see everything as a researcher even now. Even me. Lyra set down her mug. My perspective is changing, she said. At first you were a research subject. Now you are something else. Something more. Amanda felt warmth that had nothing to do with the fire. What am I to you now? Lyra seemed to search for the right words. You are my guide to this world. My companion, my partner. In discovery, she paused. And if I use human terminology, I believe you are becoming my heart. Amanda was touched by the simple poetry of Lyra's words. On Earth we would say, I'm falling in love with you, she said softly. Lyra reached out, touching Amanda's face gently. Show me what that means. Amanda leaned forward and kissed her. Lyra's lips were soft, slightly cooler than a human's, but the kiss sent warmth spreading through Amanda's body. When they separated, Lyra looked at her with wide eyes. This physical expression is powerful, she whispered. Amanda smiled. It gets better with practice. They spent the evening exploring this new dimension of their relationship. Lyra was a quick learner, matching her movements to Amanda's, responding with increasing confidence. The alienness of her blue skin and purple eyes that had once seemed so strange to Amanda now seemed beautiful. Unique. Later, as they lay together on the couch, Amanda asked, Do your people have anything like kissing? We have something similar. Lyra explained, but it involves a different kind of touch. She demonstrated by pressing her forehead to Amanda's. The familiar warmth of mental connection flowed between them, but this time, it was deeper, more intimate. Amanda could feel Lyra's emotions, not just curiosity and wonder, but deeper feelings. Affection, desire, longing. When they separated, Amanda was breathless. That was amazing, she said. With practice, the connection becomes stronger. Lyra explained. With a fully bonded pair, thoughts can be shared across great distances. It sounds incredible, Amanda said. But also a little scary, to have someone know all your thoughts. Lyra nodded. It requires absolute trust. That is why bonding is taken so seriously on my world. Two beings become truly one, sharing consciousness. As the holidays approached, Amanda faced a new challenge explaining Lyra to her family, who would be visiting for Christmas. She coached Lyra carefully on human customs, helping her understand the significance of the holiday traditions. Remember to blink. Regularly, Amanda reminded her as they prepared for her family to arrive, and try not to be too precise about everything. Humans are messy and contradictory. Lyra had been practicing her human mannerisms diligently. She now wore special contacts that made her eyes appear brown rather than purple, and used makeup to give her skin a more human tone. Her silver hair had been dyed a more natural blonde. "I have studied your holiday customs extensively," Lyra assured her. The decorated tree, the exchange of gifts, the consumption of excessive food. "I am prepared." Amanda laughed at Lyra's formal description of Christmas. "Just be yourself. Well, mostly yourself." When Amanda's parents and her brother arrived for Christmas Eve dinner, they were charmed by Lyra. Her foreign accent, which they assumed was Scandinavian, explained her occasional strange phrasings. Her formal manner was attributed to cultural differences. Lyra's gift to Amanda was particularly special. A small crystal that glowed with its own inner light, changing colors subtly. "This is from my world," Lyra explained when they were alone. "There are only 5 like it on Earth now. They are communication devices. When you hold it and think of me, I will feel your presence no matter where I am." Amanda was moved by the gift. "I didn't get you anything nearly as amazing. You have given me understanding." Lyra said, "That is the greatest gift on New Year's Eve." They stood in Amanda's backyard watching fireworks explode in the distance. Their breath formed clouds in the cold air as they waited for midnight. "Your people mark the beginning of a new time cycle with explosives," Lyra observed. "This seems dangerous yet beautiful." Amanda laughed. "It's symbolic, saying goodbye to the old year, welcoming the new, with light and noise and celebration." She checked her watch. Almost midnight as the distant town clock began to chime. Lyra asked, "What happens at this moment?" "We kiss." Amanda explained its tradition. A kiss at midnight for good luck in the new year. When their lips met at the final stroke of midnight, Amanda felt the now familiar warmth of connection with Lyra. But this time, something was different. The mental link between them flared stronger than ever. Amanda could feel Lyra's thoughts, not just emotions but actual words forming in her mind. "I love you." The thought was clear, distinct and unmistakably from Lyra. Though the alien hadn't spoken aloud, Amanda pulled back in surprise. "Did you just?" Lyra looked equally startled. "I felt your mind open." "To mine," she said. "This should not be possible with a human. The connection should not be strong enough." "What does it mean?" Amanda asked. Spring brought new growth to the garden behind Amanda's house. Lyra had become fascinated with earth plants, spending hours tending to the flowers and vegetables she had planted, even with gloves and a wide-brimmed hat to hide her alien features. From neighbors, Lyra found joy in nurturing growing things. "This reminds me of the crystal gardens on my world," she told Amanda one afternoon as they worked side by side in the dirt. "Though our plants do not reproduce with these small capsules," she held up a seed packet with wonder. The year of research that Lyra's people had granted her was more than half over. Amanda tried not to think about it, focusing instead on their daily life together, which had fallen into a comfortable rhythm. Yet, the question of the future hung over them, growing more urgent as the days passed. One evening as they sat on the porch swing, Lyra brought up the topic that had been on both their minds. "I must make a decision soon," she said. "My superiors expect a report on my findings and my intentions." Amanda took her hand. "What are your options?" Lyra looked up at the stars, barely visible through the light pollution. "I could return to my world, share my research, and potentially lead a team back to Earth for further studies. And what would happen to us?" Amanda asked, her heart beating faster. "If I chose that path, we would be separated," Lyra said. Her voice was calm, but Amanda could feel her sadness through the mental connection they now shared easily. "Perhaps for many of your years," Amanda squeezed Lyra's hand. "And the other option, I could request permanent assignment to Earth." Lyra explained. This would mean giving up my position in the research council, becoming essentially a permanent immigrant to your world. I would be allowed to maintain contact with my people but not return home. The magnitude of such a choice weighed heavily on Amanda. Could you really give up your home? Your people, everything you've known? Lyra was quiet for a moment. I have been considering what home truly means, she finally said. Is it the place of your birth or the place where your heart resides? I find increasingly that my sense of belonging is here with you. Amanda felt tears in her eyes. Is that enough, though? Would you regret giving up your world for me? It would not be easy, Lyra admitted. But my species lives long lives. We are taught to consider centuries, not moments. I believe a life with you would bring more fulfillment than returning to my former existence. She looked at Amanda. I have changed since coming here. My people would see it, sense it. I am no longer fully of their world. Amanda was overwhelmed by Lyra's willingness to sacrifice so much. What if there's another way, she suggested. What if I could go with you instead? Lyra looked surprised. You would consider leaving Earth for you? Yes, Amanda said. I don't have as much holding me here as you do there. My parents are getting older, but my brother takes care of them. My job at the library could be filled by someone else. The thought of exploring a whole new world with you? It's terrifying, but also exciting. Lyra shook her head. No humans cannot survive on my world. Our atmosphere would be toxic to you. The gravity would crush your bones. My people have technology too. Allow me to live here, but not the reverse. Amanda's brief hope faded. Oh, I see. Lyra took both of Amanda's hands in hers. But there is a third option. She said one. I have been researching. Amanda looked up. What option? The bonding, Lyra said. The true union of our minds and spirits that my people practice. It creates a permanent connection. If we were to complete this bond before I made my decision, we would never truly be separated, even across the stars. What do you mean? Amanda asked. Our consciousness would remain linked, Lyra explained. We would sense each other's emotions, feel each other's presence, share dreams and thoughts across any distance. Even if I returned to my world for a time, we would not be entirely apart. Could we really do that? Amanda wondered. Is it even possible between different species? I believe so. Lyra said. With you, I have achieved mental connections that should not be possible with a human. Our compatibility is unusual, perhaps unique. The full bonding would require preparation and the presence of an elder from my world to guide us. But it could be done. It's like marriage, Amanda said, but much more permanent. Yes, Lyra agreed. Once done, it cannot be undone. In your terms, till death do us part is literal for my people. The bond remains until one ceases to exist. The idea was both beautiful and frightening to Amanda. To be connected forever, to share thoughts and feelings across the stars. It was beyond anything she had ever imagined possible. Would it hurt? She asked. There is discomfort during the initial joining, Lyra explained. The minds resist merging at first, but the process itself is beautiful. Many describe it as the most profound experience of their lives. Amanda took a deep breath. I need time to think about this. Of course, Lyra said. We still have time, yet not as much as I would wish. The next day, Amanda called in sick to the library, needing time alone to process everything. Lyra, sensing her need for space, went for a long walk, leaving Amanda to her thoughts. Amanda sat at her kitchen table making lists of pros and cons, an attempt to apply logic to a situation that defied rational analysis. On one side were all the reasons to bond with Lyra, to experience something profound and beautiful, to never truly be separated. To be part of something larger than herself. On the other side was fear. Fear of losing herself. Fear of a connection so deep there would be no privacy, no separation. Fear of the unknown. As she struggled with the decision, Amanda realized that her hesitation wasn't about whether she loved Lyra. She did completely. The question was whether she was brave enough to embrace something so far beyond normal human experience. When Lyra returned from her walk, Amanda was waiting in the living room. I have questions, she said. Lyra sat beside her. Ask anything. Would I still be me? Amanda began. After this bonding, would I still have my own thoughts, my own identity? Lyra nodded. The bonding does not erase the self, she explained. It adds to it. You remain you, but with access to another. We call it becoming more, not becoming less. Would we have any privacy? Amanda asked. I mean, would you hear every thought? No. Lyra said surface thoughts are shared easily, but deeper thoughts can be shielded. It requires practice, but privacy is possible when needed. The connection is strongest during physical proximity and weakens slightly with distance. Though never disappears entirely, Amanda considered this. What about our lifespans? You said your people live for centuries. What happens when I grow old and die? Sadness crossed Lyra's face. This is the greatest risk for me, she admitted. When a bondmate dies, the survivor feels the loss deeply. Some never recover. I would have centuries of life without you. Yet she took Amanda's hand. I believe the time we would have together would be worth the pain that would follow. What would your people think? Amanda asked. About you bonding with a human, some would disapprove. Lyra admitted seeing it as diluting our ways. Others would be curious, fascinated. My family would accept my choice. They believe in following one's true path. As they talked late into the night, Amanda felt her fears slowly giving way to wonder. The chance to experience something so profound, to be part of something larger than herself, to be truly known and accepted by another being. It was terrifying, yes, but also beautiful. By morning, she had made her decision. I want to try, she told Lyra as they sat together watching the sunrise. I want to experience the bonding with you. Lyra looked at her with joy radiating from her entire being. I will contact my people, she said. They will send an elder to guide us. In the days that followed, Amanda felt a strange mix of excitement and nervousness. Lyra spent hours teaching her meditation techniques to prepare her mind for the joining. Amanda practiced diligently, wanting to be ready. 2 weeks later, Lyra received a message from her people. The elder will arrive tomorrow, she told Amanda. Her voice trembled, slightly with emotion. Amanda felt her own nerves flutter. What should I expect? The elder will assess our compatibility, Lyra explained. Though I believe she will find us suitable. She will then guide us through the preparation rituals, and finally the bonding itself. What should I wear? Amanda asked, feeling slightly ridiculous for worrying about such a mundane detail. Lyra smiled. Anything you wish. The bonding concerns our minds, not our bodies. Though most prefer simple, comfortable attire that night, Amanda could barely sleep. Her mind raced with thoughts of what was to come. Would it hurt? Would she feel different afterward? Would she still be herself? She tried the calming techniques Lyra had taught her, focusing on her breathing, letting her thoughts settle. As dawn broke, Amanda looked out her bedroom window to see a shimmer in the air above her backyard. A moment later, a tall figure stood on the grass. This newcomer was clearly of Lyra's species, but older. Her skin was a deeper blue, almost indigo. Her silver hair was long and elaborately braided. She wore flowing robes that seemed to shift colors as she moved. Lyra greeted the elder with a formal bow, speaking in their musical language. The elder responded, her voice deeper than Lyra's. Then they both turned toward the house. It is time, Lyra said through the mental link she and Amanda now shared easily. Amanda took a deep breath, squared her shoulders, and went to meet her future. The elder stood nearly 7 feet tall, her presence filling Amanda's small backyard. As Amanda approached, Lyra made formal introductions. This is Elder Naya, she explained. She has traveled far to assist with our bonding. Amanda bowed, unsure of the proper protocol. The elder studied her with eyes that were a deep royal purple, much darker than Lyra's. I greet you, Amanda of Earth, the elder said. Her voice had a musical quality similar to Lyra's, but deeper, more resonant. You wish to bond with one of our kind. This is unprecedented. I do, Amanda said, finding her voice. She reached for Lyra's hand, drawing strength from her touch. The elder nodded. You understand this is permanent. Once done, it cannot be undone. Your minds will be forever linked. Your souls, as you might say, intertwined. Amanda took a deep breath. I understand. Very well, the elder said, follow me. They entered Amanda's house, which had been prepared according to Lyra's instructions. The furniture in the living room had been moved aside, creating an open space in the center. Crystals similar to the one Lyra had given Amanda for Christmas were arranged in a circle glowing with soft light. The elder knelt on the floor and gestured for Amanda and Lyra to sit across from her. First, I must assess your compatibility, she explained. Though from what I sense you have already achieved preliminary connection. This is unusual for a human. The elder placed one hand on Amanda's forehead and one on Lyra's. Amanda felt a gentle pressure in, her mind different from the warm connection she shared with Lyra. This touch was cooler, more clinical, as if she were being examined. After several minutes, the elder removed her hands. Her expression showed surprise. Extraordinary, she said. Your minds have already begun to harmonize. This is rare, even among our own kind. She looked at Amanda with new respect. Your mental patterns are unusually compatible with our species. This explains how you achieved connection without formal training, is that good? Amanda asked. It is fortunate, the elder explained. It means the bonding process will be less difficult than I anticipated. Your minds are already seeking each other. The elder removed several items from a pouch at her waist. Small vials of liquid, crystals of different colors, and a device that looks something like a musical instrument. These will help prepare your mind, she explained. Turning to Amanda, she added, the process will take several hours. Are you prepared? Amanda nodded, feeling a mix of excitement and fear. The elder handed each of them a small crystal cup filled with shimmering blue liquid. This will help open your minds, she explained. Drink slowly. Amanda sipped the liquid. It had no taste but seemed to tingle as it went down, spreading warmth throughout her body. Her senses began to sharpen colors, becoming more vibrant, sounds more clear. She could hear the birds outside, the gentle hum of the refrigerator in the kitchen, the sound of Lyra's breathing beside her. Now we begin, the elder said. Her voice seemed to come from everywhere at once. What followed was unlike anything Amanda had ever experienced. The elder began to play the instrument, creating tones that seemed to resonate directly in Amanda's mind. Images and sensations flowed through her memories from her childhood. The first time she met Lyra, the feeling of snow on her face, the taste of summer berries, the sound of her mother's laughter. Beside her, Lyra was experiencing something similar. Amanda could feel it. Their minds were beginning to synchronize, their thoughts flowing together, then apart, then together again like waves on a shore. The elder spoke softly, guiding them. Remember who you are, she said. Hold your identity firm even as you open to the other. The bonding is not a dissolution, but a harmony. Two distinct melodies creating a greater song. Amanda focused on the elder's words, trying to maintain her sense of self even as she felt Lyra's mind drawing closer. This was different from their previous connections, deeper, more fundamental. She could sense Lyra's essence, her core self, the brilliant analytical mind, the curiosity, the capacity for wonder, the growing love. The elder placed a crystal between them. It began to glow brighter, pulsing in rhythm with their heartbeats. Now reach for each other, the elder instructed. Not with hands, but with thoughts. Find each other in the space between. Amanda closed her eyes and focused on Lyra, visualizing her reaching out with her mind. She felt Lyra doing the same, their thoughts extending like tendrils seeking connection. When their minds touched fully for the first time, Amanda gasped. The sensation was overwhelming, like falling and flying at the same time. She could feel everything Lyra felt, see through her eyes, experience her memories, joy at discovering new worlds, wonder at the vastness of space, loneliness among her own kind, until she found Amanda. Lyra was experiencing the same access to Amanda's mind, her human childhood, playing in summer, rain, The grief when her grandfather died, the emptiness before Lyra arrived, the growing love. The elder's voice seemed to come from very far away. Now the final step, she said. The true union of minds, the moment of bonding. The crystal between them flared. With brilliant light, Amanda felt a sudden sharp pain in her head like a barrier breaking. Then a rush of sensation so intense she cried out. Lyra did the same, their voices blending in harmony. For a timeless moment, Amanda wasn't sure where she ended, and Lyra began. Their thoughts, memories, feelings all flowed together in a river of consciousness. She was herself, but also more. She was Amanda, but she contained echoes of Lyra now, a presence in her mind. A second heartbeat within her own. Gradually, the intensity faded. The elder played a final note on her instrument, bringing them slowly back to themselves. Amanda opened her eyes, feeling dizzy and disoriented. The room seemed too bright, too solid after the fluid mental space she had been in beside. Her Lyra looked equally affected, her blue skin flushed with a silvery glow, her eyes bright with emotion. It is done, the elder said quietly. The bond is formed. Amanda turned to Lyra, feeling her presence in her mind warm and comforting. Even without physical contact, is that you? She whispered. Yes, Lyra replied, her voice in Amanda's head. It worked. We are bonded. Amanda reached out, touching Lyra's face. The contact intensified the connection, sending ripples of sensation between them. I can feel what you feel, she marveled. The elder stood. We will leave you to adjust, she said. The first days are important for stabilizing the bond. She bowed to them both. I will return in 3 days to check your progress. Then I must return to our world. After the elder left, Amanda and Lyra sat together on the couch. Their hands intertwined, their minds gently exploring the new connection between them. It was strange and wonderful to feel another presence in her mind. Amanda thought, but also comforting Lyra. Was there a warm glow of awareness? I can hear you thinking about me, Lyra said, smiling. It's strange for me too, to be so connected to another. Amanda was curious about something she had glimpsed during the bonding. I saw your world. She said it was beautiful. The crystal cities. The 3 moons, yes. Lyra confirmed. And I saw your childhood. Your first bicycle. The lake where you swam in summers. They spent hours sharing memories, showing each other their lives through the bond. The process was effortless now, just a matter of focusing on a memory and letting it flow between them. That night as they lay in bed, Amanda asked the question that had been on her mind. Have you decided what you will do when your research year ends? Lyra was quiet for a moment. Both in voice and mind I have, she finally said. I will stay here with you. The bond makes it possible for me to remain connected to my people even from Earth. This world is now my home. You are my home. Amanda felt tears of joy. My Amanda thought, but also our. The pronouns seemed inadequate now to describe what they were to each other. The adjustment to their new bonded state took time. As the elder had warned, there were challenges. Learning to shield private thoughts, dealing with shared emotions, managing the constant awareness of another. They developed signals and boundaries with practice, finding a balance between unity and individuality. 6 months later, they stood together in a small chapel, Amanda wearing a white dress, Lyra in a silver gown that complemented her blue skin. A small group of Amanda's friends and family watched as they exchanged vows. Human vows to match the alien bond they already shared. Diane cried happily as they exchanged rings, though she still didn't know the true nature of her new daughter-in-law, only that she made Amanda happier than she had ever been. That night as they danced at their reception, Amanda caught a glimpse of the elder watching from the shadows. She had returned for the human ceremony, a silent witness to the union she had helped create. The elder nodded once in acknowledgement, then seemed to fade into the air, returning to the ship that waited beyond human sight. How does it feel to be married? Amanda's friend, Kelly asked. Amanda smiled, looking at Lyra, who was talking with Amanda's brother across the room. She could feel her wife's happiness flowing through their bond. like finding the missing piece of myself, she replied later as they stood under the stars in the garden behind their house, now truly their house. Lyra pointed to a faint blue star in the sky. That is my birth world, she said. My past? Your future? What do you mean? Amanda asked. My people have invited us to visit. Lyra explained. When Earth technology advances enough for humans to travel safely to other worlds, they believe that will happen within your lifetime. Perhaps 30 years. Amanda was stunned. You mean I might actually see your world someday? Yes. Lyra confirmed. The Elder has arranged it. The first human to visit our planet. You would be an ambassador of sorts. The possibility was breathtaking. A human visiting an alien world, not in some distant future, but within her own lifetime. The thought filled Amanda with wonder.